What's happening, guys? Martyr here. So we are back for another session of the Queen's Park rallies that have been going on in Toronto since the very beginning of this whole ordeal, this whole shebang. And at this point, people are so frustrated. Everyone's upset. People are getting coerced and forcefully, tyrannically compelled to do things that they would never in their wildest imaginations dream of doing. Canada is threatening to impose vaccine mandates on people. And of course, there's been a lot of resistance, a lot of groups, a lot of institutions that have fought against it so far. As we get closer to the day, people are getting understandably more worried. So what's happening here is going to be an information session. Everybody's kind of gathered around. There's going to be some speakers. There are going to be some ex-police coming to chat with us and discuss what's going on. And then, of course, as usual, there's a march that goes through the city where we're just going to be making some noise, essentially being heard, showing people that, yeah, they're not alone if they're one of those ones that are worried about what's happening. And it's crazy. I mean, just in the last couple of days, it's been so sad dealing with friends that I've been chatting with on the phone who have been telling me their stories and just telling me how, they've been either fired from work or they've been coerced in some way, their families. I mean, this stuff is dividing families against each other, against one another. It's breaking up couples. It's just doing all sorts of damage. I don't know what you want to call them. Epidermal breaching machinery laced with synthetic venom, and people are being forced to take this. And so, yeah, a number of people are just in this position where they feel like there's no other way out but to comply. So the problem with that is that even if you're forced into a corner where it seems like there's no other choice, by accepting these affront on your God-given sanctity, they win. You make that choice and they win. That's the point. They're going to dangle the carrot in front of you, and they're going to do everything they can to convince you and coerce you to do what they want. And of course, oh, my good buddy.
How you doing? Man? I'm good.
Yes, good to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
I'm just giving just an angry, not angry, but it's a frustrating speech as usual. Like, I mean, I hear ya. Frig, man.
I know.
Oh.
I'm trying to get this march to go into the Eaton Center with this whole group of people.
Yeah. That'd be a good idea. You can't submit, all right? You can't allow yourself to be convinced or coerced to do these freedom-abolishing measures and behaviors, because they win. You do that and they win. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. Where are they? Where are the journalists? Yeah. And get the word out, because nobody's doing it for us.
Right? Scrubbing us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hi.
There's nothing on the internet. Last protest you were at,
there was nothing. Right. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I guess we got to have so many of us covering this that it kind of saturates.
I was a professor for 20 years. I taught political science and public policy, and I taught the U.S. Armed Forces. And I was a serving soldier.
Yeah.
The lies that are being told to the public are outrageous. The pharmaceutical companies have captured the health policy making processes from the 1980s on. Health Canada doesn't make policy. The pharmaceutical companies make the policy. Power has been centralized to the Prime Minister. Again, heavily documented in academia. Books have been written about this. One of the more famous ones is called Governing from the Center. Another one is The Friendly Dictatorship. The Prime Minister in this country is a de facto dictator by law. Canadians think they live in a democracy, and it's outrageous. And as a professor of political science, I'm telling them, that's bullshit.
We don't. And the thing is, I mean, we don't even really want to live in a democracy. We want to live in a constitutional republic. A democracy is kind of mob rule. If it were a true democracy, we could all be in prison. We could all be, sequestered and isolated somewhere. We don't want a democracy. We want truth and ethical laws to govern the conduct of people. Right?
Absolutely. The average Canadian is really unaware of how their government operates.
Right. I'm Eli.
Eli, Sunil.
Sunil? Nice to meet you, Sunil. Nice to meet you, Sunil. Yeah, I really appreciate you chatting with me. That's the beauty of being at an event like this. You're going to run into everyone here is very alert, is very awake. They're coming from different backgrounds, and well, I don't want to say too much because speeches are starting. So let's shut up for a bit and see what's happening here.
If you don't know this, mandate is not law. Mandate is just a recommendation unless you consent. So the 4 most important words you need to know right now are, I do not consent. That's right. That's right. All these policies are not law. You cannot policy your way outside the law. We have put together a package called Know Your Rights. If you email me, GameOnCanada.org, Dermot at Game On Canada, we will send you our 50-page package. This package has all of your rights in there. It's got the Constitution in it, the Bill of Rights, the Charter of Rights, the Nuremberg Code. We have how to deal with your employers who are mandating the against you. It is against the law for them to mandate against any of you. It is against the law to mandate.
I'm an active serving police officer in Ontario. What we have been asked to do as law enforcement over the last year and a half is not what the majority of men and women of blue signed up for. It is certainly not why I took my oath.
Is that there are a lot of teachers who are against this. I'm not the type to swear, but it's all bullshit that's happening. Your rights, the people I love's rights, are not negotiable.
We will continue to fight for your rights.
It's also illegal to pressure somebody through threats. So you would also be violating the Criminal Code of Canada. So tell them, take a hike.
Many women are experiencing unusual vaginal bleeding following vaccination. Women can't go on my campus. I've been banned for the next year.
We got Casey from the Vegetable Police. Yes, attaboy. We'll go say hi to him once we're down from the street after the speech is end. But yeah, he's been out there doing such a wicked job, and yeah, we're gonna talk to him a bit later.
If you value your body and your mind, you will resist this ugly, corrupt agenda by these fascist losers. Thank you.
End to the war on animals, yes. And yeah, I run into a vegan advocacy rally as well. It's a good day for rallies, apparently. Everyone's out protesting their thing. It's time to stop putting those animal carcasses in your bodies, guys.
Idiot. How about that?
No, I'm with you. I said don't put them in your body. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, it's good to see you too. This was not a coordinated thing. We did not wake up in the morning and decide that we would both wear red, but it just ended up happening.
It's a good color.
But yeah, no, really good to finally catch up with Casey here. You know, in Toronto, these protests have been going on since like the very beginning, and yeah, like it's just hard to imagine we're still here, 2021, and still having to come out and protest and just.
I thought a couple months, it's like okay, we'll just flatten that curb,
yeah,
or curve, and
yeah.
it's like. It's flattened, right? Like it's not going anywhere. It's like, okay, something fishy's going on here.
Yeah.
It's a weird plan, and this movie's starting to suck.
It really is. I'm really bored of it, and you know, nothing. Even if we're playing by their rules, and you are one of those people who have been unfortunate enough to get the venom.
You visited Bill Bates' attic.
Yeah.
Went through his boxes of old toys.
Right. If you're one of those people who have gone that route, the thing is, it's never going to end for you. There's always going to be the next epidermal breaching machination, if you want to call it that.
We're not allowed to speak. We can't say anything. Someone send help.
YouTube has us by the nuts. Yeah. We can't say that. So yeah, there's always going to be the next one, and then the next one. Like it's never going to end. So That's the thing. It's going to be civil non-compliance that is really the key to this, because if we comply, like I was saying earlier, they win, and it's going to be a never-ending cycle of the next measure, the next measure, the next measure, until you find yourself with absolutely no freedoms at all. This will be criminal, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation, but you know, I don't know the exact answers.
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers, but I know that it's definitely not complying. That's not the right approach. So,
I mean, no one likes the flu, but do we have to do all this where it's like shut down businesses, people are killing themselves? It's like, it's a flu.
Yeah.
And there are, if you even need to treat a flu, I've never had to treat a flu. It's nothing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'll take getting sick. Like I'll take that and maintain the integrity of my God-given health and my body. Like I'll take that, you know. And that's the thing. It's been no different for your whole life. We've all had to deal with flus, and we were never just freaked out by being in public. But now you look around and people are just like literally freaked out.
Yeah, they're panicking. They're all in masks, double masks, face shield.
Yeah.
They won't even talk to you when you say hello. They're afraid. Like, nothing makes sense anymore. We've gotten so far away from our natural, just, we're healthy out here and be barefoot and get some sunshine and eat healthy. But there's no mention of health. In this health crisis, there's no mention of how to be healthy anywhere.
Yeah, let's shut down the gyms, shut down all the institutions that actually make you healthier.
So something's fishy.
Something's fishy. But anyway, yeah, there was a vegan march, a vegan protest here, or just giving out information. So yeah, it's that kind of that human rights, animal rights, revolutionary spirit that's kind of taken over right now for today. And yeah, it's a good day. It was nice to be out here.
It's funny that we run into that march as well. Like it's the universe works like that. It's magical. It's like, why would we be seeing that at the same exact time? Like they must have passed each other because it's like same kind of thing.
Yeah.
One movement about health and animals, and it should be like similar movements. They basically are.
Yeah, we're all really fighting the same battle here, and it's in defense of freedom, truth, and morality for everybody. That's the dividing line, right? And there are people who are seeking to enslave us, and then there are people like myself, like Casey, like everyone else here at today's protest that are in defense of that. So, you know, choose your team. Choose Team Freedom, ladies and gentlemen. So we didn't get to spend time with the protest group while they were on the march today, but it's good. Casey and I were just doing some stuff in the city here, just walking around, chatting. But yeah, they're all back now. We got a DJ pumping some tunes way back there near the statue, and yeah, everyone's back here. Got some beautiful signs here. I love it. Oh, that's amazing. Yes, I do. Little lockdown.
And the guy, I'll give the credit.
See that?
It's the button guy in front of the horse.
These are the real criminals, ladies and gentlemen. The real criminals. I mean, if there was anybody susceptible to whatever, I mean, we've been in these crowds from the very beginning, since 2020. I'm fine. Everyone's fine.
I know people that won't talk to me anymore.
Oh, same. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's going through that.
Cousins, the media separated us. Why are they doing that?
Because it's the divide and conquer strategy is what works. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they find ideological ways to fracture people's energies, and the more diverse ways they can fracture those energies, the better it is. Because it's like if I can do this to you, all right. But if I do that with my finger, it hurts maybe a bit more sensitive, right? If I do it with a sharp knife, even more sensitive. And so they understand this principle. It's when energy is focused and concentrated into one particular point, that's when it's more effective. If it's spread out all over the place, it's less effective, right?
Yeah.
It works the same way physically as it does mentally, intellectually, emotionally, energetically. Just at the end of the day, and the party's still going strong. There's DJ Omari's still kicking it over at the statue of whoever that is. If it takes this to get us all banded together, maybe we've got good things coming, and we needed to go through this bit of strife. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. Woo!